All right, in this lesson, we're going to take some ideas that we've already learned and put them together. So what we're going to be doing is multiplying a monomial, something with one term, times a polynomial, something with more than one term. So for example, if you see x times x plus 4, you see these parentheses, that automatically means I'm going to be distributing. We're used to seeing a number out here that we're distributing. Well, now we're going to be distributing this variable, so we're going to be multiplying. So you have to remember the product rule when you're multiplying x times x. Well, remember they both have ones on them. So what do you do when you're multiplying with the exponents? You add them. So 1 plus 1 is 2, plus, and then x times 4 is 4x. Don't forget to bring the x along. Example 2 here, see I'm multiplying a monomial times a polynomial. So I'm going to multiply here first. Remember, multiply the coefficients, taking off the lesson that we learned in the last unit. M to the third times m to the second. Remember what you do with the exponents, you add them, and you get m to the fifth. Now I'm going to do to this one, 5m to the third minus m to the first. You get, well, a positive times a negative is a negative, 5. M, 3 and 1 make 4. So remember, you got to add the exponents. And then I'm going to do this. 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. Now, you can't forget to bring along the variable with this. Students will stop here at negative 35 and forget that it wasn't 5 times negative 7. It's 5m to the third times negative 7. So you have to bring that m to the third along with it. Okay? So just some examples here. 3n times n squared is negative 3n to the third. Negative 3n times negative 2n is a positive 6, because a negative times a negative. N, what's my new exponent going to be? There's 1 there and 1 there. That makes 2. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Don't forget to bring the n along. This will be one of the most common mistakes you guys make. You'll forget to bring the n along with it. So it's not negative 24, it's negative 24n. If you have more than one variable, that's okay. Same process. Remember how we learned how to multiply those? P squared q to the third times p to the fifth q second. What do we do with the exponents? We're adding them. 2 and 5 make 7. And then on the q, 3 and 2 make 5. Minus, and we're going to distribute again. P to the 2 and 1 make 3. Q to the third, and there's a q to the first. You add those, and you get that. Okay? Same process. If you have some things that are not in the parentheses, then we're going to, same thing we always do, we're going to distribute first. So you get negative 6x to the second, because you have an x1 and an x1. Negative 2x times negative 4 is positive 8x. Then I'm going to bring down this 7x because it wasn't part of the distribution. I can add those together, but not this one because this is x squared, but I can add these x's together and get 15x. For this one, I would do it twice. Negative 35w to the second plus 15w, and now I'm going to distribute here. A negative 2w times 13 is negative 26w. Negative 2w times negative 9w is positive 18. 2 times 9. W to the 1 and 2 make 3. And now I can look for like terms I can put together, and it looks like I can put these two guys together, and that's it. So I'm going to put the guy with the biggest exponent first, right in standard form. Next biggest. And these guys added together would give you negative 11w, and there's my answer. Okay, this is about as hard as it gets when you start running into these geometry applications. This problem here, so let's pay attention. I want to find the area of the shaded region. Okay, just the area of that. Well, the area of the shaded region would be this whole thing, but I'd have to take this white box out. So to find the area of this shaded part would be the whole thing minus the white part. So the area of the whole thing, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to find the area of the whole thing, and then I'm going to subtract the area of this part. So the area of the whole thing, remember, is just base times height. So I'm going to do 6x times 8x minus 1. And then I'm going to subtract from that this guy, 2x. Actually, let's find the area of this first, and then we'll subtract that. So this would be 48x squared minus 6x. Now the area of this part on the inside would be 2x times 5x plus 3. So I'm finding the areas separately. This would be 10x squared plus 6x. So I'm going to take the whole big thing and I'm going to subtract from that, and it's important you put it in parentheses, 10x squared plus 6x. Because what do you have to do when you're subtracting? Remember, you have to distribute this negative sign. So the first parentheses I can just drop. I'm going to subtract here, so that's going to become a negative 10x squared and a minus 6x. And now I can add the like terms. These guys and this guy makes 38x squared. And this guy, they do not cancel out. Negative 6 plus another negative 6 is negative 12x. And that would be the area of the shaded part, 38x squared minus 12x. All right, multiplying a monomial times a polynomial.